for me? Are you down to follow lead and show your pride for me? I know loving me is hard, but this life ain't easy. On the shows to get it right, girl, but this ain't.
You're locked in with Atlanta's hottest hip hop station, The Hype 87.3.
That's right. It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live right here in ATL on the Hype 87.3. And today, I got my family checking in. MCD, what is going on, bro? How you doing?
What's good, family? I'm doing good. Blessed to be here. So I'm glad to see you again.
Good to see you too, man. It's always a pleasure. Give me some love first and foremost.
For
Boom.
sure.
You are truly out here on your grind. You're working.
Absolutely.
You're probably one of the easiest going artists that I've had the honor of being able to sit down and interview and work with. So I want to make sure you got your flowers before we even start.
That's love. I appreciate it 100%. So.
Absolutely. If I could work with more artists like you, like I love what I do, but seriously, like some of these artists be a little difficult. I love y'all. Y'all like them baby kid knuckleheads, you know?
Nah, it's love. I mean, I think the first time I met you was at Bigger Rankings showcase on his birthday.
Yeah.
And y'all picked my song to be able to come in and do the Industry's Most Wanted podcast.
Yes.
And I did the Trapping in the Basement with Bigger, and y'all showed me Crazy Love. So, you know, just how I was raised, it was only right I give it back. So we locked in for sure.
But I feel like you absolutely earned all of that. You showed up and you showed out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, you know,
sure.
We truly scanned the performances to see who we feel like had the good stage presence, the good music, the good energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You had all of that. So you earned it.
Yeah, appreciate it. That's love. I still remember that night pretty vividly, too, because I did the next BIG that night, and it was a little slower compared to what everybody else was doing. So yeah. I wasn't sure how the room was going to accept it and anticipate it, but it all worked out. So, you know, it was God's timing for sure.
I feel like those type of events are a great place to test out new music.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you never know what is going to resonate with everybody or what everybody's going through or even feeling at the time, you know what I'm saying? So just put it out there in the universe and just kind of see what happens.
Exactly. Especially when you're in a city that you don't know a ton of people. Like if you do it back home, you know a lot of people there, right? In Nashville.
Yep.
You come to Atlanta, you know some people, but not as many. So it's a great place to test out new music.
Right, absolutely, because that's when you don't, I mean, like when I'm performing back home, the people that are coming there, a lot of them are day ones or family, so they're gonna love whatever I put out regardless. So coming out here to the unknown is where you really find out your true test, because you know they ain't got no reason to fake the love for you. So you gonna find out one way or another. So you
get that unbiased opinion.
Absolutely,
and that's what you need as an artist, right?
Yeah, just so you can take it back to the studio, because man, I mean, there's been songs that I loved and I put out there and it didn't do what I expected, and I was like, all right, time to go back to the drawing board.
Were you ever at a point in your music career where you would kind of get in your feelings about that type of stuff?
No, not really, just because I've always believed in myself. And then my path is different. So like most people who have been doing music have been rapping their whole life. So COVID happened, we were locked in the house, and I just happened to try it, and it happened to work. And so my career path is kind of just taking off on an unexpected note. In fact, like when I told my family and friends I was going to start rapping, they were all laughing. I was like, boy, you better not. And now I'm here sitting with Tampa and doing crazy numbers, so it's been a blessing.
Absolutely, and I feel like you have a good voice for it. And that matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you can have all the bars in the world, but if you don't have the right voice for it, it could kind of make or break it.
Yeah, and I noticed that early, and it's funny because you like grow up, you hear yourself on the phone, and you're like, I hate my voice or whatever, and then you hear it on the music track, and it was dope, and it just helps you stand apart, because you know there's a lot of people in this world that do music, so the fact that I do have like a unique voice to kind of stand out and separate myself from the game is a huge game changer.
Absolutely. So you started doing it professionally, like you said, about 5 years ago in the midst of the pandemic.
Yep.
But when was that defining moment when you like realized, man, I'm really on to something, like this is what I need to be doing?
Yeah, so I think it was the second song I made. It was called The Next B.I.G. The first song was called Respectfully, and everybody was like, man, you sound like Biggie, you sound like Biggie. So I was getting all these Biggie comparisons after the first song that I made. So I was like, all right, maybe this is my calling. And so I dropped The Next B.I.G., and that's what I did at the showcase as well. And I just been getting all these gratifications, just like letting me know, like, hey, this is actually for you. So now I'm all in. So
man, listen, that is a major comparison. Like to be compared to one of, in my opinion, the greatest to ever do it.
Absolutely.
Man, that's got to like give you chills, like make you feel good.
I just got chills.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest with you. It's such a big thing that I kind of shot away from it, just because I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to be under his shadow. That's what shadow you'll never be able to get out of.
Nah, facts.
Just because of what he did for the game and his impact, his influence around the world. But I've grown to learn to respect what they're saying when they say those things. They're not calling me him. They hear the similarities in the voice and the cadence in the song, and but you know, Biggie's his own person, MCD is his own person, so I'm creating my own lane while also paying homage to the past. So, and
that's quite the comparison coming from he's from up top and you're from Tennessee.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Typically two very different sounds.
Yeah.
Would you say that growing up in Lebanon is where you grew up? Right? Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, Lebanon, good old country town.
Lebanon, Texas, or Tennessee.
Tennessee.
It's both T's. Tennessee. How did your hometown influence you? Do you feel like the things that you learned from your hometown also influenced the things that we're hearing in your music?
Yeah, absolutely. Even like Tennessee Pimping, which is my biggest record to date, it's just one of those songs. It's universal. Like you got the street people that's trapping can relate to it. You got the prep kids that grew up with both parents that can relate to it. And that's just kind of what Lebanon is. You got one side of the city that's a little rough, and then you got the other side of the city that, you know, is amazing and a little bit country. And you hear that a lot in my music. So I carry that with me. Lebanon is one of those slept-on cities, but we produce some stars. Coco Jones is from Lebanon.
For real?
Yeah.
She's one of my faves.
Yeah, a lot of people
so
don't
beautiful.
know. Yeah, she's amazing. So that's on my bucket list to be able to get with Coco one day. So
Coco, sis,
listen, if you're listening,
link
I'm here.
up. And her new album she just released is amazing.
Yes.
I think it's her first album.
Yeah, and fun fact, her dad was actually my football coach. So.
Oh, come on, Coco.
So like, it's ingrained. It was meant to be, so let's make it happen.
The stars are aligning in every way possible. No, that would be a great collab.
So, yeah, it's a small city, but it's a lot of special people that come from it. So,
how do you approach actually constructing and building your song? Does it start with the beat, a vibe, maybe the lyrics? How does it come together?
Yeah, so funny, when I first started, it was really just, I didn't even know how to rap on beat. I just know how to write. So I kind of sound a little crazy because I'm able to kind of like visualize a beat or whatever in my head, and I can just kind of write from scratch. Now it's more so of like being like a true student and engineer of my process, taking the beat. I'll probably, every song that you've heard, I'll probably have spit it honestly to myself like over 1,000 times before I even like spit it on the mic at the studio.
Wow.
To the point to where like I don't need the phone or the verse or anything. Like I have it all like mastered to the muscle memory point of where I can just go in there and spit it in 1 or 2 takes. Just because like I'm just so in love with the process of what it takes to do this now. So. It's kind of crazy just seeing like, you know, how that's transformed. It gets me in trouble a little times because like I'm so in my head with it. Like I can be talking to my wife and she's talking to me and I'm sitting there and talking to her, but the whole time I'm really running back a track or a verse in my head.
So are you saying you half hear what she's saying?
No, absolutely not.
I had to call him out on camera.
Yeah, she tried to get me.
I'm just messing with you because I feel like we all do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I even do that. There'll be times where I'm conversating with somebody and they're talking to me, but my mind is elsewhere. So it's like I hear what they're saying, but I kind of don't hear what they're saying. I think we're all guilty of that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But no, that's dope though because it just really lets you know that this is your true passion.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so unexpected. And I think another like driving force for me is like I have kids and my son is like absolutely obsessed with the fact that I am doing music and he loves music and he sees how I work. He's picking up my iPad. He can't even read, but he'll pull up the lyrics and he'll start mumbling to a beat and stuff like that. And it's just crazy motivation is just coming naturally. So like this is my divine purpose and I'm like 100% sure of that. So.
Absolutely. You're walking truly in your purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you talk to us about the relationship with some of your producers? Like, has it been a trial and error thing with some of these producers as far as finding ones that really give you the sound that you're looking for?
Yeah, so my path is still, I guess, a little different because of how I came in the game being so new, so raw. So pretty much most of the producers I've worked with have taught me how to make music. Right now, Shalom, J. Storm Miller, he produced This Lonely Beat. He's got Grammys. He's on Beyonce's Dangerously in Love album.
Wow.
He's worked with Lady Gaga, Missy Elliott. Like, he's got crazy time in the industry. And he really set me down, like, showed me, like, it's okay to be different, showed me different ways to rhyme and even rap. So the relationship that we've built is definitely special. He's more like a brother to me now, just helping, keeping me guided. Tennessee Pimping, Black Market, he taught me the ropes and all the ways to get paid for making music. So I've had the privilege of having producers who actually care about more than just getting paid for making a beat and engineering. They made sure that I got started on the right path, really because they see my potential. So
absolutely, and also too, it can be a reflection of them as well.
Yeah,
you know, because of course, as a producer, you want to make sure the artist has their business together, so they're going to get them royalty payouts as well.
Yep.
But like you said, having your best interest at heart is first and foremost.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of producers, a lot of them won't take the time to do that. So shout out to the ones that you work with and have you showing you the ropes essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. And I say that because I've seen both sides too. Even when I got started, someone I was working with who I thought was like, you know, looking to my best interest and he helped me upload all my music, and I come to find out like a year or two later that he put in some percentages and stuff for him. So it's both sides. So that's why another thing, like artists, man, take care of y'all business. Make sure you know the business side of this music game because it can get slimy and you know, but that goes with everything in this world. But you got to make sure that you're on your P's and Q's. That
is facts. I hear it a lot. Mm-hmm. Oh, this person scammed me. I'm like, did you read the contract? No. You know what I'm saying?
What's a contract?
What's a contract?
Contract in music. Yeah.
You know, and same thing with, you know, working with a producer. You want to have them producer agreements in place and your split sheets in place, you know, because that way everybody's protected. Everybody's getting their payouts. And if there's a situation, which we're going to talk about, because you've had situations where your music has landed on major platforms, you got to have that type of stuff in place.
Absolutely.
You know, it makes sense, definitely. So you're passionate about artist development. What do you think that emerging artists often overlook when trying to find their sound or get started with this?
Honestly, I think it comes from being like just trying to be too perfect. Like, I think trial and error is really just the biggest thing because kind of like what we was talking about before, like, you got to put it out to the world because you don't know how the world's going to accept it. What you might think be corny or off is the world might find something and catch on with it and take you to new heights with it. So definitely just trying it is the main thing, just getting out there and doing it. So
absolutely. Yeah. You have to, listen, we can never expect any type of results if we don't put our foot forward and actually give it a try. Give it a whirl, as they say, right?
Absolutely.
That is definitely a fact. What about you? Is there anything looking back in hindsight that you wish you would have knew then that you know now about what you're doing?
No, actually, I think the fact that I don't know anything about it is a blessing. Just because of how I am, I would probably want to make sure it was this certain way or whatever. But I think the fact that I'm just so raw and I'm still learning on the fly is really a blessing. And when I tell producers that and stuff like that, they love it. They're like, oh, yeah, like, I'm going to show you this and that.
Because you are teachable still.
Yeah, facts.
When I first started working with the OG with Bigga, I had asked him, I said, what is it about an artist that makes you want to work with them? And he said, when they listen. You know how Bigga talks, when they listen. What can you tell someone who thinks they know everything? Nothing.
Yeah. Nah, and I don't ever want to be the smartest person in the room.
No.
Really, not even the second smartest, honestly.
No,
like,
exactly.
I want to be a true student of the game and be able to take in all the knowledge and apply it to my craft. So that's how I am.
What is something that you learned early on that you still utilize and apply to this day when it comes to just the music business as a whole?
Yeah, definitely consistency. Like, you cannot be in this game 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, I've learned that so fast, and even all the way down to people who are like wanting to do features and stuff. Like, it's serious. Like, to me, if I'm looking at your page and I can tell like you do music halfway, like, I don't really want to work with you just because like I know how much I love this grind and them studio sessions are important, so and they cost a lot of money. So
yes, I
don't want to get in there and halfway doing anything. I don't even know if I could cuss on here.
You can. You don't want to half-ass it, y'all. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, but yeah, just staying consistent to the grind, to the process, and if you're gonna do music, it's gotta be all in because this is the most expensive hobby I've ever invested in. I can tell you that for sure.
It is very expensive, but it's also very rewarding.
Yep, absolutely.
Because you can't, the peace of mind that you probably get from creating music, because it probably is like a form of therapy for you, I would imagine, that's priceless.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just what you get from after putting together a project or completing a song is it's honestly amazing. And I guess I'm a little weird. Like whenever I get a song out and it's officially out on the DSPs, I probably have listened to that song a million times, and then when it's out, I just shut it off and it's on to the next one. I guess because it's like my therapy. So that satisfaction is fulfilled, so it's on to the next. So
absolutely, and we all need an outlet, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That human element be kicking in. Sometimes we all go through stuff, you know, in life. You know, there's just things that happen. It's just an ugly world out there. So it's like, you probably work hard, you got to come home and you're like, man, I just need to let loose a little bit. Music could be that outlet. Of course, your wife, your kids, you know, all that stuff is an outlet for you.
Yeah, for sure. And it's an outlet. And also, like, just, we have kids. We have 3 kids together. So just learning. Yeah, so just learning to balance everything, you know, that comes with it.
So let's talk about that a little bit. Yeah. What does work-life balance look like for MCD?
Woo! Woo! It's crazy just because, like, right now I'm, like, literally peaking in my career, so I'm constantly on the road, constantly being booked for a show or a studio session, and I'm still like working a real-time job. Yeah. So just putting all that together in one, like sometimes I am like sitting down like, whew, I'm overwhelmed, like need a break. But that's the moment when your son come in, he jumping on you and they hungry. So it's time to get back at it.
Gotta feed the babies.
Yeah, absolutely. But they keep me going. So and I'm around a bunch of life, beautiful life. So like it's a blessing, you know.
When you have kids, it's instantly bigger than you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I see the impact that my music has on them. So like why not? You know,
they're your biggest fans, I'm sure, and your wife as well.
For sure, yeah, for sure. So I can't lose.
Having a supporting team, a supporting family is golden. That's priceless as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it keeps you solid. So I know you were asking, like, was there ever a time where you was like kind of unsure about it? Like, not really, because if I ever do feel some type of way, by the time I get home, like I get reminded 4 reasons why, like it's all right, like to keep going. So absolutely,
100%. So we are in a world where I feel like with social media, it's dominated by the next viral this, the next viral that. How do you stay grounded in your growth in your artistry, not trying to chase those viral moments per se?
Yeah, I think for me it was a blessing because so my biggest song, Tennessee Pimping, I think we're approaching like 3 million on TikTok with that.
That is amazing.
It went berserk, and it came virally from me being me. Like it was a music video. I had all my family, all my kids in there. So I think for me that was probably like the biggest blessing because I was able to still be myself. Now if that never came and I was looking to get this out, then I know how I am, so I probably want to change and did anything desperate. But I think a lot of people turn to like doing desperate things or things that's not really in their soul just to be able to have that type of viral moment or that type of energy. But I think for me, it just came naturally. So
I agree with you. There's a lot of people that do stuff that they normally would not do to try to chase the clout, the viral moments, and kudos to y'all. But I've never been on that type of time either.
Yeah, but I'll say this too because, like, gotta be real. It's today's times.
It is.
Like, it's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's on TikTok. It's on Instagram. It's on television and movies now. So, like, it's kind of being programmed into people's brains.
Especially the youth growing up because, you know, all of them, you know, a lot of them have an electronic device, a tablet or a cell phone or something. So they're for hours watching that type of stuff. So in their mind, they feel like that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the time. So but just finding yourself and knowing who you are is the most important thing, and it will block out all the nonsense with it.
Definitely. So you've got millions of streams, growing your fan base over the digital platforms. How do you plan to capitalize on that momentum?
So I'm honestly still trying to learn how to do that. But what I've been doing is coming here, just interviews, podcasts, just constantly putting out content, constantly trying to relate to the people that are listening to my music, when I have fans that are commenting on all my social medias, I always make sure to take the time to at least acknowledge them, and because they took the time out of their day to acknowledge me. So just want to make sure that they're feeling important as well. So I'm still learning, but that's the process so far. So
sounds like you're doing a great job, though.
Appreciate it.
Because I feel like the exact things you're doing are all the steps you need to take. Like you said, doing things like this, doing performances, engaging with your fans. Because whether people realize it or not, people get offended by that.
Yeah.
If they come to your post and they comment and you never reciprocate or respond back, people slick take that personal.
Yeah, like, I ain't commenting on that man.
Yeah, I don't. I used to, but I don't anymore because I understand people are busy.
Yeah.
But a fan who's not doing what we do will take it personal.
Yeah, absolutely. Just because they don't understand the process, they just think I'm showing love. And to be real, a lot of them are commenting on it because they want a response. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So they're waiting for that response back. So, and I know that. And but besides that, I'm still appreciative. So I just make sure I show them the love back, because why not? You know.
Absolutely. And you've gained definitely some recognition. You were nominated for the SEA Slept On Artist of the Year, which, listen, I always tell people, whether you come home with the award or not, just to have been nominated is a major blessing and an accolade, because that shows people seeing your hard work.
Absolutely.
How did it feel to get that recognition?
Yeah, it was dope, because last year I actually got to perform at the SEAs, and this was right around when Tennessee Pimping went viral, and all the fam and all, they got to come out there. And then the next year I was nominated for Slept On Artist of the Year. I didn't win it, but still grateful for Genario and all y'all for considering me.
Yes.
And even congratulations to you for winning.
Thank you.
I wanted to be there so bad, but had some stuff to come up. I wasn't able to make it, but it was a dope feeling. So I know everybody's been saying, "Oh, we'll win it next year." I'm like, all right, yeah. I'm like, we going for Artist of the Year next year, though. Ain't no more Slept On. We just got to prove a point from here on. So
as you should, because I feel like you coming for it and you deserve it.
Yeah, for sure.
You've been putting in all that work.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I pay attention. I see what you're doing, because I work with so many artists, and there's some artists who have great music, but their work ethic isn't so great.
Yeah.
You have both qualities. You got the great music and you got the great work ethic.
Yeah, I appreciate that 100%. And that just comes from studying the game. That's what the greats are doing. Like, if you want to be them, you got to do exactly what they're doing. So.
Absolutely. Whoever you feel like is the path that you want to go on, you got to study them as much as you can. Watch their interviews. Yeah. Read articles about them or whatever it may be.
Absolutely. Go on their Instagrams. Look at how they were doing their releases.
Yes.
Like, the whole nine. Like, I'm copying and pasting a lot of it, but I'm learning, you know what I'm saying? So
there's nothing wrong with that, to copy what someone else is doing. You just make it your own.
Yeah, absolutely. And make it you and make it natural and just stay consistent with it.
What is something about MCD that your fans don't know that you wish that they did?
Something about MCD that the fans don't know. Tell me, I'm an open book.
Give us something.
Let's see. I feel like everybody know I play college ball. I love to write. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. I'm just me. I'm just happy. She done put me on the spot, y'all.
So, like, if you're not working, you're not creating your music, and you just have some free time, me time, what's like one of the first things you think about doing?
My wife would probably say I'm trying to get on the game, get away from everybody.
That's all, man. Real quickly, I want to say something about that real quick. Jay Fresh, my videographer, and my significant other are both avid gamers. And I asked Jay Fresh the other day, I said, what is it about men who like to play video games? And he said he's seen this video on TikTok that said it gives them validation. And he said it hit home with him because you play that game and you win. They're cheering you on. They're giving you next level this, and you're getting badges and this, that, and the third. I said, that makes sense. I never thought about it from that perspective. Yeah. Do you feel like that as well?
I never thought about it from that perspective, but that's a valid point.
Yes.
Because most of the time, if you're playing a game, you're playing to achieve some type of goal or reward or a ranking system, something to show that you're the best at this said game. So like I can get behind it 100%.
Absolutely, because in real life it takes a very long time oftentimes to get those achievements, where a video game it could happen in 30 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. So you got that, and then you also, just to flip it, I guess, and just deep dive in it a little bit more, just for my upbringing, like my pops who went to the feds, and seeing all my uncles that went to the feds. My sister was in the streets, and all I had was sports and in the game system. So I think, honestly, those two things kept me from going down that path that that the rest of the fam did as well. So
absolutely.
So I know my son is big into it right now, and I'm letting him do his thing because he reminds me of me. So
and the fact that he's home, he's safe, he's not outside. Like that was my son too. Growing up, he played a lot of video games, and I remember when he was about 8, his doctor tried to diagnose him with ADHD, and I didn't want to put him on medication. Yeah. So I said, what can we do at home to work on that? And he said, have him play video games. Because ADHD is really somebody kind of their brain is all, my son is super intelligent, but his brain is scattered, right? Yeah. I let him play his video games for hours, as long as the homework was done. Yeah. And I enrolled him in sports. I know we've talked about that before. I feel like video games helps your attention span. Yeah. Because you're focused on something.
Yeah, absolutely. And my son has not got checked for that, but I've thought that like maybe he has ADHD because I just did a boxing event last night, and I took my kids to I had to leave early. They was going crazy in there, but he'll sit down and he can play video games for hours. Yeah. And like just the way he thinks, he's so smart, you know what I'm saying? So I've definitely have thought about that myself. So definitely something I probably need to keep my eye out on.
Absolutely. And there's things that you can do because like now, we've talked about this. My son's military. He's a college graduate. He's married. Like, he's doing amazing. Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like it's because, I allowed him to do the things that he wanted to do. And I knew, like I said, I knew he was home. He was safe. He wasn't out running the streets. To me, that's priceless as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dangerous out there.
And shout out to him. He's balling right now.
Exactly. Hey, listen, you guys are only a year apart. I'm everybody mama in this industry. I'm their auntie or their mama or something.
Absolutely.
Any upcoming projects in the works?
Yeah, so I got a lot, actually. So my first R&B single, Lonely 2, drops. That's featuring Jeremiah. And Storm produced it as well. That's dropping June 10th.
Which we're going to get a sneak peek of today, y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. Got another song coming out with the big, he's a DJ and a producer. His name's Cliffy D. That song's called Born to Win. I think we labeled that July 22nd. And then I got another one dropping with an artist back home in Nashville, A West. That's my guy. What's up, man? We got Where You From, and that's going to be dropping as well. So got a lot of projects coming up, and we're about to just kind of flood the market this summer. So
got you. Are you going to mainly focus on sticking with singles right now versus putting like an EP or album together?
So the thought process right now is I'm going to put out the solo single is Lonely. I'm going to put out another single, and then the end of the year, to end the 2025 off, I'm going to put out an EP.
Okay.
So, because I have so much music that the world hasn't heard.
Right.
I'm constantly recording. So, it's time to, like, put something out because a lot of people love my music, and they're wanting more. They're like, hey, man, we need an album. We need an EP. So, I'm going to give them an EP because I'm waiting on the album. I want my first album to be special, like legendary. So
exactly, like Coco Jones did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like exactly like she did. Yeah, give them like a 5-piece EP.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not too much. It's not too little. It's going to hold them over until that actual debut album comes to fruition.
Absolutely. So, y'all want an album, take that EP and run it up, and I got y'all, I promise.
Exactly. Run them numbers up. Speaking of numbers being ran up, Tennessee Pimping, as you mentioned a couple times, that was your really like viral anthem song.
Absolutely.
I feel like it hit home because it was about home, essentially. How did that track come to life?
It came to life. I was actually listening to the radio, that Petey Pablo song in North Carolina, going to raise up, and I had this beat that me and my producer had been working on, and I had the Cadillacs 24s Tennessee Pimping. And then when I heard that Petey Pablo song, everything else kind of just came into fruition with it. But in that song, it's for real just how I was raised. Like my grandpa had spent a lot of time raising me when my pops had went to the feds for a while, and pops kept a Cadillac truck. Cadillac car. He got a Cadillac truck now. He's retired and living a good life, and he drives nothing but Cadillacs.
The OG with the Cadillac. That's what I'm talking about.
That's all I seen growing up. And they used to say Pa was like a pimp back in the day, man. He was a ladies' man.
Yeah.
So he had all the it was just what I seen.
Oh, that's dope.
So I for real just took like my life lessons and what I seen growing up with the family and just put it all in one, and it ended up being crazy relatable. So
did you expect it to do what it did, honestly?
Not to the point of where we're taking it to, with like being on ESPN and the Titans using it. I knew it was a special song when I made it. Like, we're in the studio, like, man, this song, like, this is amazing. But, like, I was thinking, like, at that time, I hadn't received nothing more than 100,000 streams. Like I was just out here just doing music for the love of it. And what it's grown to, like, when it hit 100,000 streams, I'm like, wow. Now we hit 1 million streams, I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just the heights that it's taken to and the way it's relating to everybody, like, I never in a million years thought that this would be the outcome of it. So
you deserve it, though.
I appreciate it.
It's a hit record.
Yeah, thank you.
And I feel like it's one of those records that's going to go down in Tennessee history.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm trying to make it the Tennessee whiskey of rap music.
Yes.
We've talked to so many prominent like big time artists that are legends in Tennessee. So we're on the works of a remix right now. So we're just trying to make sure that we do the right one for it.
Yes.
And but I promise y'all it's coming. We've had a lot of talks, some promising special people. So whoever we end up deciding going with is going to be worth it. I promise. So
let me ask you this. With that being such a big record, and like you said, you've been in talks with some of the bigger prominent artists historically out of Tennessee, has there been any like big name artists or labels that tried to ride your wave and reach out to you behind the scenes with the record?
Yeah, so so ever since Tennessee Pimping just came out, there's been so many like Tennessee songs and stuff that's come, and I respect it. I think somebody even came out with a song and they used everything with my logo. They just changed the words in the middle of it. It didn't like garner too much, so I didn't really pay it no mind. I thought that was funny, but we have big artists that's not funny. So we talked to Jelly Roll about it. So he's agreed to do it. We're just kind of like waiting for like when he's on his graces.
He would be perfect for it. He's got the right voice and he's got a major cult type following.
Yeah, absolutely. And he literally grew up in Nashville. He spent time in Lebanon. He shot a music video in Lebanon in our Imman Court projects like back in the day when I was a kid. So that would be amazing if that does come into fruition.
I agree. So I've never met him, but just watching him and how he interacts with people, he's got such a beautiful spirit and energy like yourself. So I feel like you guys would hit it off and have a great collaboration.
Absolutely. And you want to know what's crazy? And I guess it's the first time I'm speaking on it. One reason why I really do want to work with him just because of the type of work he does with addiction and giving people hope. So
yes,
I guess you were asking like what's something that a lot of people don't know about me. A lot of people don't know is I have a sister. She lost her vision when she was 20, like in her 20s.
Wow.
And she has a daughter, my niece, Anna. She's in her teenage era right now. You know how teenagers are. But after my sister lost her vision, because imagine like having your vision your whole life and losing it in your 20s, kind of like the most fun time of your life.
I couldn't imagine.
She started dealing with like addictions with opioids and fentanyl and stuff like that. And she relates to a lot of his message and what he stands for, and she's doing like way better now. It's still like an everyday struggle, you know what I'm saying, but I really do feel like her just coming in contact with someone of his soul and integrity and character would do like major wonders for her. So I've always had that like written down on my bucket list. If I ever do get to do music with them, I just want to like sit them down and say, hey man, will you meet my sister? Really not even for me, just because she has a story that needs to be told. But and I've told her like, man, sis, I'm like, I've been through a lot with these heart diseases and been life fighting and stuff like that. But like, I don't even think I could ever go through what you're dealing with and what you've been through. You're way stronger than me, you know. So her story will move mountains one day, and it just needs to be told. And look, I'm over here getting all emotional and stuff.
I get emotional hearing that too, because it means a lot to you, and that's someone close to you. And I couldn't imagine. I actually interviewed an artist a couple months back, and he's performed at some of my showcases. His name is Roshat. I don't know if he was ever there when you were there, but he also went blind in his 20s. And I'm like, I couldn't imagine going like 20-something years of your life, and then boom, it's gone. Like, absolutely. I don't know how I would handle that.
And I'm telling you, I've tried to just visualize it, just to put myself in her mindset. Like I've literally have closed my eyes and just walked around, tried to walk around with my eyes closed just to envision half of her pain. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I was just like, wow, like,
because it's literally like starting over again. You have to relearn everything. And I even asked him, because I had never in my life asked a blind person, because I didn't know if it was appropriate to ask, but I felt comfortable with him. What do they see? And he said, Remember the old school TVs that was like black and white fuzz? He said that's what it looks like to him.
Yes, and my sister, so pretty much she sees like black shaped outlines, pretty much, you know. So that's one of my biggest fans. She loves my kids so much, you know what I'm saying? So I know on we had our last one, and she was just crying, just saying she wish she could see my son and stuff like that.
That's got to be difficult.
Yeah, but she's still pushing. She's still going. So, sis, I know you're going to be listening. I know you're going to tune in. So, baby girl, just keep going. You got so much life to live.
Yes.
You got so much people to inspire. So, keep going, and your brother's going to make it happen, I promise.
Absolutely, and we're going to get that jelly roll. We're putting it out there to the universe.
Absolutely.
We're manifesting it, and he'll have the opportunity to sit down and chat with your sister as well.
Absolutely, Jelly. Let's
Come on, jelly roll.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Any other big goals that you're currently manifesting that you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, I just want like 10 more Tennessee Pimpins.
I know that's right. You got them in you too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, no, my absolutely crazy, insane goal that I still manifest every day. I want to win a Grammy. Like, I want to highest achievement in music. Like,
It's on the way.
Absolutely. So that's on my bucket list. I remember I won like a little award from this.
No, you won a big award. Don't downplay it.
I'm sorry. I won this big award from this radio station that's back home. Like when I year 2 or whatnot, that I started doing music, and I still have it. And I was like, I took a picture. I'm like, the next award I'm gonna get is gonna be a Grammy, and so I still had that spot waiting to put that Grammy beside that first trophy.
I know that's right. Keep the dust it away because it's got a spot for it.
Absolutely.
It is coming.
Absolutely.
And that's actually, it's funny because I'm about to go into a rapid fire set with you.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you a question. I need you to fire off an answer as quickly as possible. And one of them's going to kind of talk about what you were just saying.
Okay.
I need the answer as short and as quick as possible.
Cool.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Bars or hooks? Which one are you better at?
Hooks.
Studio all night or stage all day? Being on stage all day.
Studio all night.
One feature you dream of?
Drake.
First song you ever wrote, fire or flop?
Fire.
Your biggest hater, is it fuel or do you ignore it?
Fuel. Absolutely.
Would you rather go platinum or win a Grammy?
Win a Grammy.
He answered that kind of just a moment ago. Who is the most played artist on your playlist right now?
Drake. Absolutely.
Tennessee barbecue or New York City pizza?
Tennessee barbecue.
Okay,
Sure.
definitely.
Tennessee pimping.
One thing that you can't perform without?
One thing I can't perform without, my family, I guess. they be everywhere with me.
This one you already answered. If Tennessee Pimpin' had a remix, who's on it?
Yeah, come on, Jelly. Let's
Let's go. Exactly.
We'll take some Duke Deuce, you know. I'm shooting everybody out here.
Finish this sentence. In 2025, MCD will
be a platinum recording artist.
I love it. That's dope, man. I rock with you.
For sure.
It's all about just manifesting, speaking them positive affirmations, because I really, truly believe what we put out to the universe is what we get back in.
You got to speak it, and you got to claim it, and you got to believe it.
Definitely.
So, you do those 3 things, you can't lose. So.
Facts. So we've got this record called Lonely. Mm-hmm. It releases, you said June 13th?
June 10th.
June 10th. Mm-hmm. June 10th. Get it right. I was wrong. June 10th. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing to roll this particular singer out, because it's a great record. It's a little bit different for you.
Yeah, absolutely. The rollout consists of doing these radio interviews, just building awareness. Just got with this media company. We're about to do like this 10 cinematic reel package. So pretty much all 10 reels are going to be shot in like a cinematic. Imagine like 10 mini music videos.
That's hard. I love that idea.
And we're going to flip the script. So because of how the song is, we're going to take pretty much all the black like love movies that you can think of, like ATL, Love Jones, Love and Basketball, and we're going to like recreate a scene from all those movies over the course of this 10 reels. So
you might not want to throw that out there because someone's going to try to steal your doggone idea.
Nah, it's going to be out soon. I need y'all to tune in. So I'm really excited about that, and just building connections and just staying consistent with the information in terms of the song. So
absolutely, I think that's a great idea, because for every piece of music you put out, you need a ton of content for each one.
Yeah,
so I
absolutely.
love that you got on board with this media company, and they're going to create a lot of great cinematic.
Shout out to Cruz. Shout out to Cruz Media.
They in your area?
Yeah, they are. They're he's actually from up north, and he moved down here to Nashville, and he's just real dope, and he shows a lot of artists love, and it just kind of naturally, like, that's just who everybody rocks with. And I've got to perform at a showcase that he did, and now I'm doing, my media content with him. So
that's dope. That's super, super dope. For people who want to follow the journey of MCD, where can they keep up with you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at _TheRealMCD 615. On TikTok, I am MCD 615, or just type in Tennessee Pimping, and that should pull up everything as well.
I know that's right. He Googleable, y'all. He done ran up to the millies.
Absolutely. Let's get it.
Who do you want to give thanks to for loving you and supporting you through your journey?
Yeah, man, shout out to my wife, my family, my kids, my friends back home. Shout out to West Village Entertainment. We didn't really talk about that too much, but I'm signed with them now.
Okay.
We got the distribution deal through Empire.
Congratulations.
So thank you. So shout out to y'all for believing in the kid, and just everybody that's been rocking with me, on the scene and off the scene. It's appreciated for sure.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm so glad that you're letting me premiere this record.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's not even out yet, not till June 10th, and today is May 31st. By the time you see this interview, it'll be a couple days from now, but that is amazing. Thank you for allowing us to premiere it. Can you introduce it for us and we can check it out?
Yeah, here we got Lonely 2 MCD featuring Jemiah, and we're on the Hype 87.3.
Already. Y'all stay tuned for it.
Come and see what all the hype is about. Tune in to the Hype 87.3.